Hello, everyone. Shall we start? Greetings to everyone. My name is Valeria. I'm the CEO of Volta Buro, and I'm here to share my experience how to do the proper branding, proper marketing on this absolutely crazy my own message. What I want you to understand, so only one point from this presentation today, that here in Dubai, we understand that we have more than 16,000 real estate agencies. We have thousands of different developers in here. We have more than 20 projects launching every few weeks. So when we are speaking about the marketing, when we are speaking about the leads, about the work with your clients, a crucial moment is to find your distinctiveness. And next hour, I would like to talk to you, and I want to motivate you and give you some tips and maybe some examples on this local market, how to find your way in the mind of your client and your consumer. A little bit about me. I am working with marketing for the last 10 years. Last 3 years, I am here in Dubai, and I'm very involved in this absolutely crazy atmosphere of real estate. I have my own team, Volta Buro, marketing for real estate. We're specialized only on promotion of developers, projects, agencies on the market. We have our methodology. We'll talk about it later. And yeah, the last number on this page is I'm just 2 minutes on the stage, and I'm a little bit nervous, so please support me at least with the slide. Let's get in touch. And I want to tell you that yes, we're a specialized agency with a marketing, and I will show you a few pictures, a few of what kind of materials we do, and understand this is quite high level for local Dubai market. Guys, can you please turn on the video?
Okay, guys. Great.
Thank you so much. We at Volta Buro are mostly focused on the strategic approach, how we work with our clients. I think about how the brand strategy, the idea of developer, all the sports projects later works with identity. If you will try to look at all these beautiful projects in here, usually they have one central idea which is curated around it. So you create a brand strategy, and later you think about what type of, for example, stand you will have on the exhibitions, or what kind of message you will deliver to your client, or how your team will look alike. We provide complex solutions on to drop up, like I would say, the blank project is a beautiful story which will later elevate the perception. The major thing which I'm seeing here in Dubai is that it's almost every developer, almost every project are keen to copy themselves. Like we are seeing a lot of very typical projects, typical renders, and what I understand from my European experience that I truly believe that this market fits diversity. And what is important for you, if you are launching the new project, you are launching the new agency, you have to be brave enough to stand out, to find your strategy, and then use some kind of visual appeal to stand out from the market. And we're going to see how it works later. Next slide, please, for me. So yeah, we have a specialized team. We have almost 100 marketers in our agency. We have our methodology. And what is nice today, I would like to share with you our workbook, our worksheet on how to do the proper marketing. So If you will scan the QR code right now and subscribe to our Instagram and my personal Instagram for like Valeria is in the corner. Then we will and drop us any kind of message. So then we will share with you the free workbook on step-by-step instruments, how you can promote yourself, how you can find your personal kind idea, and then how you will put it step by step the route to your marketing success. It's very detailed. It's specialized for Dubai. I would say that specific of this book is that it provides instruments, but of course you will have to look for your way by yourselves. What I think about the market divide here, which is probably evident and not evident as well. We understand there is super huge competition for developers, and we see that the competition for the leads and for the, I would say, investors is rising dramatically. I've already mentioned that we are lacking the visual identity and differentiation. How we look at the projects in here, they are lacking some like diverse images. Everything is looking very typical, and this is the problem. Because if you're very bland and very typical, it's hard for you for later to stick in the mind of your investors. Also, what is happening now, but I think we will fix it later, that we see that developers and agencies do not use the full potential of digital instruments. Like, we understand that AI coming, but for now, not everybody understanding how they can work with it and what they can do. And we see that a lot of digital platforms are coming, like reading is coming. We are seeing, for example, Realist is coming. And now, for example, I have more than 5 people in my surrounding which are saying that they are startups and they are creating some kind of digital platform for real estate. What does that mean? That maybe now are safe, but please remind my words, in 5-6 years, you will have absolutely the same situation as we had with travel agencies and the digital platforms like I don't know, like Booking Code or maybe a tickets booking platform, something like that. So I expect that the role of the agent and role of the person will stay like relevant all the times, but this competition with digital platforms will kill a lot of agencies definitely. So we have to, I would say, keep in touch with reality. We have to know our brand, and we have to provide very human services. Human services cannot be removed by AI or somebody like that. This human touch is what has to be with us, and what we have to do in our social media, our expertise, our ability to calm down the client, because AI cannot kill that. AI cannot kill so many other features, any technical ones, but that's another question. Also, what we see now, like the price per lead is rising every year, and it will continue to rise. What you have to do with this is you have to work on your personal brand of your company, the brand also, and help developer. If you're, for example, the agency, you have to help developer to build their own brand and promote the project themselves. But for now, in 2024, the main question which I have it from the agents, from the developers, like, Valeria, we need leads. We need more leads. We don't like, they are like, don't want to work with it. We don't want to work with us, etc. But I'm saying, if we are talking about the marketing is absolutely in classic. It's about 4P. It's a very basic principle, and the point is that lead generation is a very tiny piece of marketing itself. And when the developers or the agency are constantly focusing only the last moment about the promotion, they lose the picture and they're falling in the absolutely commodity state when, for example, you're an agent, you get the lead, but you understand that you have more than that this lead has more than 5 contacts in the same moment, and he is working with the 5 more agents at this exactly moment. So the question, what do you do with that? How you manage all this process? And the answer is lying in 3 first points. You have to understand which kind of value you are providing to your client. What is the price of your product or the services? Does it correspond? How your client is perceiving you? Does he understand which values you give to them? And of course, it's about the place. Place is, for example, for developers, is the location where the office is located. For you, it's ability to be present with digital platforms and reach to your clients. But generally, it's if you're having the marketing specialist in your team, he has to work on all these parameters to give you the right budget. What is important? I would like to more focus on the bringing the value and give you some explanation on why it's important to dramatic pause. Why it's so important to find your key value with which you're delivering on the market. Please, your agency or your developer, like everybody is selling almost the same project. But every, for example, agency has to find their specific types of clients, their specific types of projects they are knowing how to work with. So, for example, if you are a huge real estate agency, you can be like a McDonald's, you can be like a Starbucks, you can have a variety of projects and products in your portfolio. But if you are a small business, if you're a startup or you have a small team for now, focus with something. Examine some segment of audience or the programs of product or the developers like a specialist and find your point of differentiation. For example, it might be in the real of high ROI, or you are a specialist in ultra luxury properties, or specialized on the, for example, quick sales, or you're specializing in some kind of regions of Dubai market or something like that. And then when you are understanding very good your product and with who you're working and they understand and they are specialists in that, you will be the high value and you will always be the valued agent for your lead, because he will understand how he differentiate yourself from all the other agents on the phone who is him talking to. Because if you will not find your value specialization, you will be falling in the absolutely gray mass of competitors, because everybody is doing the same, and there is hoping that some kind of magic will happen, and they, as the investor, will buy from you. But it's a lot of crap like that. Find your strengths, wrap up it, the products into the values, and present it properly. What I think about regarding the fact that all the major brands of real estate properties in Dubai are very well branded, we understand that it's really very impactful on how our investors are working. And we even have some proofs that investors, according to the national research, they are ready to give the higher price premium and pay less for well-branded projects, which the Mika was a clear value. And of course, it's because, of course, they expecting fact that the well-branded project later will provide the better business results. But what is important here? When we are talking about marketing, promotion, and communication of the project, it's crucial to make the mix of two types of communication. Communication can be absolutely two types. It's image communication when you communicate emotions, values, the principles of the company. Usually this communication doesn't have any kind of like a very strict activist or something like that. Probably you've seen this beautiful commercial of acres where a beautiful lady is walking through the forest. The photos do not show any like buildings or renders over there. Pure emotion of her enjoying the moment. And meanwhile, guys from Venus are doing very smart job. Firstly, they create this kind of perception of a future living how people go in this place. And later, they continue to promote all the features, all the parameters, like what kind of amenities will be there, what kind of, what is the pricing, what is the size, etc., etc. So firstly, you have to create the framing, and later to proceed to this type of product communication. What is typically happening now, and we have to buy here is that everybody is jumping into this direction. Yeah, because it's simple, it's typical, and in this market, everybody makes a copy and the copy with everything. But if you will keep the image part, you will not rise enough the price perception of your project. So what I'm asking you to do, please, when you're thinking about your brand, about your company, think how you provide image communication, how you deliver the general value, not the product specifics, but the emotions which are created around your project. For example, another story I just made it yesterday is again with Miras, and I think they are doing a great job. So their launch is this and Shiba. Guys, can you please turn on the video? Thank you, Scott, to that. They're promoting this project, another Shiba has, this just, thank you. And the gems of idea of this project is about taking the legacy. Creating the legacy is a very typical message which is to be used in Dubai. Like dozens of projects are like dancing on his territory and trying to grab the attention. But usually it only ends on the billboards on kind of shape outside with the words something, we created legacy and etc. What's important here and what Miras does, they put the personal stories with people in this project. So not the legacy or the kind of development, but the legacy made by these people, which will be the living this place. So they're making this reframing, this inspiration, and later they are proceeding to all the product marketing, like features, prices, etc., etc. So again, if you are really concerned about made a differentiated brand, if you want to rise the price, if you want to get better results, and if you want to win the competition, you have to do that. There is no any other option, because again, what is important, this is slide for the developers. What is important here? So when you're creating the brand and communication, so you create a lot of different materials, which are later give out to the real estate guys, to the agencies. But it's crucial to provide those right materials to later use with social media. For example, we had this previous project. It has a beautiful pictures, beautiful renders, and later in few days I see this kind of stories in the Instagram of my friend, where it's so tiny pictures. This is just copy-paste slides from the product presentation, and for what is it? Like we're expecting for an investor to see like this in the screen of Instagram and catch some type of information. No, it will not happen. So, thanks. If you're a developer, if you are making materials, provides the marketing for the materials, provides the marketing materials for real estate agencies. Because if you will skip this part, you will just lose the opportunity. So, and it will mean that you as developers will have to put extra budget to reach the same number of investors. You will say to me, Valeria, but this kind of communication is very expensive. We don't have money to do all this media.
Simple.
And I will say, it is not about the budget, it's about approach. So you can have any project that will have any kind of renders, any kind with pictures, etc. So what you have to do, you have to create the idea, you have to go to the photo stock, video stock, and make the proper videos. And now I will show the example of my last video, which is made is very small budget, but it brings a character, it brings the images, it creates the mood, and this is the most important.
Yeah.
Yeah. Real place, real people. So what is important? It's very basic. But what's important here? It's the music. It's very untypical for this track. It's something like funky, jazzy, something like that. This project is more probably for Europeans. So it's very playful. And they want to deliver it even with a small videos like this. So you take your renders, you make the right music, you create the proper message which will resonate with the audience, and you take the funny grandma just to cheer up and to provide sound, provide circle. And it will be remembered, of course, with your pay and it's a bit more media. But it will be remembered by your audience, and it will differentiate it from all the typical competition. Because what we are having here is a Dubai, Emirates. It's absolutely called luxury. And I don't want to go into the exact details and will say any names because later government can just cancel my visa. But in general, we are having too much of luxury communication here at Dubai. And this is the problem because later our investors, they just don't understand what is luxury and what is not. And I think that it's important to understand the right terms in which are inclusive context market. And I want to ask you, how do you think if, for example, we will take luxury fashion brands as a total epitome, as a standard of luxury, how do you think, what are the typical criteria for brands to be luxury? What is your ideas? Nice.
Right.
What else?
What is
Lifestyles.
Quality of the materials.
what is not like
Lifestyle, very nice. Thank you so much. Lifestyle is an image, the perception of people which are showing our communication, right? But if we are talking about the back, or we are talking about the building itself, the criteria will be absolutely the same. Price is absolutely top line for filter. So you cannot go just, if you're having 6,000 dirham salary, you cannot go and buy a Louis Vuitton bag, definitely. So it has to be quite of the part. The approach to the product, the craftsmanship, this is how it works. You have to provide something unique, something made by the hands, something made on order, so luxury. And of course, the attention to details. Most of the developers here at Dubai when they are talking that they're luxury, they are playing with these two parameters, like craftsmanship and attention to details. They say, I'm not believing it, and I think that my maybe there is maybe 3, 4, maybe 5 real luxury developers, and the rest is maybe I would call them premium developers. But this is how the market works. Affordable, this is disaster. Affordable luxury. This kind of communication will kill this part, because, for example, you're some kind of guy living in London, and you have a problem with your tax system because there happens and you live with a new tax system in Britain, so then you move in their capitals here right now, and you're contacting this agency in Dubai, and they think, yes, this is luxury, and this is luxury. But how you will understand? The best parameter to understand this, of course, is the price. So, but what I want to say, for example, if we will have a look at Shoma, maybe now I'm any other opportunities to work with Shoma. The sort of correct. But what's important? Of course, they are very nice guys. They're creating the beautiful storytelling around the Dubai. It's like art Daniels. The guys are making some kind of the architects are making some paintings for skippings on the artwork or something like that. But what is important, also, if you will go to their sales office, raise your hands, who was in Shoba Sales Experience Center? Nice. To all the, it's good. Do you like it? Yeah, it's big. It's to me, it's like IKEA, you know? You're watching and you're like, it's like museum show. It's beautiful. And it's a very good explanation to your investor, which is, for example, is located here in Dubai, like what is craftsmanship and what is quality. So they're doing the good thing. If you're interested to those who didn't visit the Shopbot experience, we have a few images, a few videos on our Instagram. You can have a quick look how they are doing. I think it's the best sales experience center in Dubai. I think maybe it's not so luxurious, not so spacious. Maybe it's a bit tiny, but in the meaning of marketing, communication, storytelling, it's absolutely top level. You can understand about their German engineers, about how they put the tiles, which type of materials they are using, the instrument, etc. It's absolutely beautiful. And that's why in all the minds also, legends I'm speaking to, they say, yeah, Shoba is quality, and it's fine. Now, they're not saying, yeah, Shoba is luxury developer. Who cares? It doesn't care luxury or not. If you have one attribute in the line as you are consumer, that Shoba is about the quality, it's a big word. So when you will have some kind of investor that will say, oh, I want the project for my family because we will move it to Dubai. I want to be like high quality. I want to fix all the stuff and stuff. Agent will say, yeah, you need to go to Australia. And it will be much easier for agent to explain why you should invest in this project. So they have one idea, the quality, and they let it beautiful have its own. What I want to talk to you about again, branded residences, the huge trend, and we see like every few months, we have one more brand that launched here at the bio. We have this Peggy Farina, we have Lamborghini launched, announced the launch in the bio. We have Mercedes, etc., etc. It's a very good marketing instrument to promote the developer and the project. But it's a very big commitment as well. Because what's happening usually that developer is buying the brand, and the maximum what they are doing is to put some logos on the building. And what I've heard with from the developer, from the agents, that they say like they only have a sofa in their apartment designed by this kind of brand. So what is important when you are doing the branded residences? You have to provide the experience relevant to this brand. If you have the, I don't know, like Bugattis, putting the car or the elevator and service will get the apartment, it's fine. But if you look at that for example, but it's fine, but in Sparta, it's really luxury car. But if you have something a little bit more basic, it would be nice. So, for example, you can have some kind of special services, activities. For example, you are having a project which is branded with automotive brand. You can provide any kind of automotive experiences to your investors. So you have to not only put the loan, you have to build the full experience ecosystem on that. Now I would like to talk to you about the examples and images which are created now on the portal. Here is a beautiful project called Tumamiyat. They have very distinctive style of communication, all this elegance, sophistication, romanticism. These videos are absolutely very expensive, but if you are really, I know you understand definitely luxury developer, there is not doubt. You have to do videos like this. So you create this pre-framing ideally, and later you are working with product features and showing her advert. What is important here? Like this, for example, video, this was a very expensive shooting. But if you're a project, if you're a developer, you can do at least you can do a better job with stock videos or some not expensive shootings. You can combine, for example, live video and animated videos with your project. The most important part is to tell the story. Here is the story of young couples. They're enjoying the life. They're living their kilometers together in this drawing. But I would say this idea is very near to me. My favorite image campaign in all the market for now is this one. I want to show it to you. This is a new developer. Guys, next slide, please. This is, do you know artistic properties? Yes, this is a good, yes, please try what you want. So this is, I would say it's the meaning of, meaning the production level is always the same. But here you will have much more attention because you have the stories of different women, of different people. It's much more emotional. It's much more about living in the moment. It's also beautifully incorporated into my lifestyle. So by this video, as this time of communication, you're basically like letting your audience live through this moment and imagine themselves living in this in the projects which are later delivered by Grace. But what is crucial here? you, or for example, I used to launch this, you notice that in this campaign, they were not renders them often. It was only about the human, about the emotions. It is very beautiful. But what is crucial later, when you are launching the project with sales, you have to link your communication from the developer with communication with the project. You see how like Arista spent, I don't know, how many like millions on digital screens around Dubai, and these out of phone campaigns, and in your YouTube they promoted it as well. But when they launched the very beautiful project, I like it. There is totally lost the link between the communication through the developer with the communication from the project side. So what's important if you're a developer, you have to create the central idea of your brand. For example, it's about the crafting or like a luxurious experience. I don't like it, but it's okay. Later, you have to turn these ideas to all the channels, to all the materials, to all the campaigns. There has to be, because here, this picture of beautiful lady and the long white dress, the long red dress in the desert, its image is very like sticky. It sticks to your mind, and it would be better if they put this image of this lady here later. So all these badges wouldn't let down. So please, if you're having the marketing team, source and work, do it by yourself to stick to your brand strategy. Or we can do it very just in case. Because when we're talking to the luxury, like there is a guy like Bernardo. He is the 4 years the director of the biggest luxury company right in the world, in the world, LVL. And what he said, luxury for me is only creating desire. So biggest job of the developer, of the agent, of the architect is to create the design. You cannot create a design with a banners are you sailed 1 to 3 bedrooms, price like this. It's not. It's not working like this. You have to sell the perception, the vision of what you're going to do. So, but it's because it's like, but what's important is here, like you creating this perception, and what's happening in the mind of your investor that he said, yes, I like this Za'abeel project, it's very beautiful ladies, but I will buy it because it has very nice location. It has very nice price point. It has very nice like amenities or something like that. What's happening usually, like people are falling in love with brands, with images, with emotions, and later they do this trick in their mind with astrationalization. I will explain it to you on the Porsche example. You will say like, yeah, I'm willing to buy a Porsche because it's very well designed, it's beautiful, it's very powerful, the ingenious technology, the sound is nice. But the fact is, we just want people to see us with this beautiful car. We just want people to see us as the leaders of this, so we can afford it. Because there is no link with technical features, only perception, only all the associations which are linked to this kind of style. So we see that even in luxury category, everything is looking very insecure. But what is happening here in maybe last year, and I have already seen this tendency of even big brands are switching to the lifestyle communication and projects. And for example, the leaders of lifestyle communications, like when I was at Ellington, I was dancing on this territory. Omniat, as we already discussed, males are playing all of them as well. And for example, this beautiful bakers communications guys picked up.
like this color. Different.
Again, you see, where you go see the zero render space here. But this is what has to be done. Beautiful lady looking at the greenery, which is absolutely not relevant to the Pi at all. You cannot find a forest like this in the Pi. Who cares? Like nobody will ever work. It's because like central New York were finding kind of like my hero's part. The importance of the message step in the sun and our diverse, which triggers the core idea that you will live in a beautiful place that more or less will divide against darkness, and you will feel like that. Another, so it's more about the living life. Another example of how everything works, so we have realized is more. For example, this probably you see this campaigns, they have big sharing side wrong. So 4 or 5 years ago, Ellington did the first step in the program. They switched to the design therapy. Now they are more expanded and they're showing less of their properties and showing more people. So you see the leaders of the market, they are switching to showing the target audience and their lifestyle in communication. And nevertheless, they're beautifully mixing it with product in other places. But they are not stick only to the brothers of the in communication. Again, when you have cluttered markets, when you have a lot of proposition, when you have the high levels competition, the only way for you to survive is to roll into the niche, is to find your point of differentiation. And even the huge developers understand that now. So they are creating the niche projects. For example, this fresh launch at loan, and they are taking this absolutely interesting territory about the active wellness community. But what is important, they are not only telling that, yeah, we will have like a sport club, we will have the running areas. They will provide services. They are moving their concepts through the very difficult product itself, because you're like, if you are an investor, you're not buying only the apartment itself. You will buy the full ecosystem of amenities and the services, and how they claim that they will have very super high level trained wellness experts that will support you on your way to healthy lifestyle. Another try to niche in that product. For example, this project in next to Abu Dhabi, where they are creating this wellness community, where it's not about sports, it's more about like as a self-care, it's about the proper health care, the proper food, etc. With a more relaxed, more about yoga, and relaxed. This is also a niche, and we will see much more projects coming in this topic next year. Another example of niche product, it's not from Dubai, but I hope that someday we will create some in the Saudi. We need to do it now, actually. Actually, we need to do it now. So this is, for example, Valeria's project. It's in Ireland. It's a very big community which consists from with the with amenities which are dedicated to artists. You can do pottery over there, you can do carving, you can do artists, you can learn how to paint, and you can open all your artistic potential in this place. And it's not for the tourists, it's actually for people who just want to use the world, do their remote work, for example. Now they perceive themselves as a bit of artistic, and they want to have all the ecosystems or be in that place. But what's important, when you're creating some niche product or difficult, or not difficult, but exquisite project, you have to prove it. We can have a look at this project by Majid Al-Fateh. They are saying that they are creating the ecosystem of eco living, something like that, as they have like the others on top tools that is here, like a building, for example, that water filter system or air filter or some kind of other kind of energy. So the idea of ecological living is very simple, but the product is very difficult, and this is what has to be done to compete with this market. And what is also important is to not to provide only product, but also provide kind of emotional experience. One of my favorite cases in the wine market is, for example, this case of Atlantis oil with Louis Vuitton, when they have these funny statues on the Roman territory. But what's nice is that is not the statues. Actually, it's a play where you can scan every statue and pin and get some points from finding them on the territory. And also it has some kind of VR embedded, illustrated. So it's important to provide this kind of emotional experience to your investors in the showrooms as well. So please do not push it outside and consider. So when we are talking about creating the comprehensive project, it's important to go step by step. Because today I was talking a lot about how ideas are born, how you have to find the differentiation. But for example, how property agency is working with this, that we do the strategy first. We create the idea, for example, we creating the idea of community for host living. And then we proceed to kind of prove which are having to be in this project. Only after that, you have to come up with some, for example, name, messaging, visuals, pictures, etc. But again, strategy first, and later you have to proceed to the branding, and only after that you have to proceed to the sales, communication, etc. So what we usually do, we create the concept, we put a lot of reasons to believe into this building. This concept like products, services, and amenities. And only after that, we are proceeding to the brand creation. The emotions which people have to understand from you, the beautiful marketing materials, messages, all the elevators, brochures, etc. We're thinking about what kind of customer experience your client is having with this in this place. For example, what kind of gifts, or what kind of drinks, or what kind of we're offering to our guests, or what kind of, for example, words we are using, how we read our clients. Everything is absolutely crucial. And only after that, we are wrapping all the materials in one tool-based process sales team, with videos, with renders, with brochures, with materials for social media, etc., etc. But everything has to be done step by step. That is why when I hear from developers that they are launching the project in about months, and they spend only months, maybe preparing the marketing materials, I'm a bit lost. Because you cannot create differentiated brand without the like long step-by-step work in this on this work. So, but anyway, for example, that is why like one month period. This is why most of the projects here in the private market are very typical. Very typical, and actually the time frame of to sold out is pretty long. So if you want to create projects that are like mega stable, you have to do with a suit of all of this stages.
It's great.
What do you have to keep in mind while working with these stages? You have to think about your investor and how you create your perception for that. Because what does a brand has to do? It's just two things. Brand has to resonate with the needs of the investor and to destroy the retail barriers in his head. So the point in resonating with needs is about the creative perception. I talked about it a lot today. The second part is to help him to feel proud of his investments. It's also about the brand, but it's also about which attributes you're providing to your investor when we sign the contract. Which kind of lifts, which kind of materials, which kind of, for example, little status you are given. Because I see that only very little kind of developers here in Dubai are offering some kind of gifts on the stage of signing the contract. Usually it's multi-billion very expensive links, some ever called the Sargos jewelry. But the fact is, if you are given, for example, little stage to your or a little gift to your investor, he will share it in social media. He will show it to his friends, and later it will be much easier for you to get a new gift from that. It will work like reward of once. So it takes really a lot of mental work to need to have some kind of creative team, which will be specified in this kind of thing with them. So you have to look through all of your client's experience and work on this the touch points to be about the barriers. The role of the developer, of the agent, is to destroy that role perception in the head in the mind of your investor. So the first part is about the communicating the idea of Dubai and what are strengths things from Dubai you can result like all these attributes were taken from the Instagram public cloud in Dubai. And the second part is about the educators. For example, a year ago, I had a big struggle when I did my first investment share. Like, I remember that the process was stupid. Not everything was absolutely clear to me. And the point is that only one agent who could explain me totally what will be the policies of purchase, invest, what are the risks. I still do this because the level of emotional stress is so high when you are entering the new investment market. So if you educate your client, if you're educating your investor, it will really help you to promote your brand and get better business results. And working working, for example, with marketing materials. This is, for example, that example brochure which we did year ago for my latest product line. You have to really think smart about what you are putting, which kind of information and what kind of storytelling your materials. think about how your investor will communicate with this, for example, grocery. I am saying that now, for example, Ellington is also switching to vertical decision of their materials. Meanwhile, all the market is still working with grocers like this. Meanwhile, we understand that the investment lost the whole of this material from the smash below. So I'm still trying the horizontal push this. Guys, let's switch to the vertical, put less information, but more involved statements in reasons to believe to later to prove the concept and get the result. Now I will show you some examples of the projects that we did for our clients in Europe. For example, this guy is a project where we did a rebranding for a very old gated community in Valeria village. The goal of this rebranding was the change in communication from where you see it's very old style to the modern, because the developers, they wanted to get more young audience, to get rid of corrupted politicians, to get all the crypto guys, and you cannot do it while to be looking like this. So what we did the brand strategy for sale, and we found the territory for them. So now we are a village as a place where you can recharge. And the fact is that all the visual appeal, all the communication materials are talking about the intuition to recharge, to release your mind in this place. Actually, when I was talking about designing the experience, designing the materials, it's important to take our central idea and put it also into design. So, for example, if we are looking for this costumes for the service teams, it's also uses the colors, the right colors, and talks about the fixation. The approach to the images is also very, very relaxing, and it works with an emotional one. So, when some kind of guys were aspiring a very long project, and this one, like shows you will get relaxed, it better delivers the message, and that will help you to raise the prices later. After that rebranding, we developed this. We did the 1 year sales plan in 5 months. I'm very proud of it. Post to
Good.
And of course, if you are using digital channels, of course you are using digital channels. You have to understand and you have to think that all this materials, that all the ideas is still incorporated in the solution. You cannot be funny, energetic, sophisticated only in your brochures, and meanwhile begin very well at your digital presence. Another case which we've done is also suburban living project. They had very messy communication before we started. It was very messy and very provocative. Since that we have it environment in my phone, we have sometimes we have very terrible communication like this with ladies in the billboards. So the goal was to unite everything under one REST platform. And so later promote the project. So we created the strategy. We created the idea that a city is a resort standard. So you are living there, like you are living in a resort, you have all the amenities, and the lifestyle is very according. So that's why even the communication was very it was again the mix of image and all the product. We started with the image and we started to creating this beautiful perception. And later we proceeded to more client-oriented communication, because we positioned our project as It's a competition to the crowd that wanted the setting. So we created billboards and digital campaigns around this idea that you have to dare to escape. By the way, you have nice words on divine and stuff. Like I can see how we can change this picture. Now it's here called our reality. But also you can see that the visual identity of the characters. For example, the approach to the groceries which we did. It's talking to the more young audience. It's talking to the more young families, which ones that will be the core audience of this approach. And the visual style of materials, of the gears, etc., were very important. And what is important, for example, because I already mentioned that we are working with sales experience in the sales center, we came with ideas of if you are talking about the territory of the resort, you have to have the resource for sales office as well. And we made the offer them to keep the cars, for example, in the shop, in the office. We offered them to take a whole style of the marks for their clients, so they can see a office like at home in the office. So we are creating the full circle of emotional appeal to people to feel relaxed in that place. For example, for communication, we created the set of recommendations which you should do and which you should work with when you're working with them, when you're living in this place. So this is also everything about the perception. One more case which I wanted to show you is the case full branded houses city. I know probably none of you are working or making this in the city, but if you will someday have this kind of plan, please contact me. But we in our portfolio did the full branding of a very old Ukrainian city. It's a huge. Why I want to show the stage here because it's on the basis on the idea, on the core idea, which is very beautiful. So Vinnytown is a huge city, almost 400,000 inhabitants. It's very cool. It has a lot of universities, hospitals, etc. But that is why they have a lot of use for give it over there. So we wanted to create the idea for the city which will resonate to these Arab people and motivate them to stay in the city and not to move anywhere. So usually these people, youths, they are very practical and they are very idea-based, I would say. So we refreshed the old level of Vinnytown, but also we came with a new brand idea, a territory. So the new brand is a new territory of Vinnytown with the city of ideas, where you, as a young person, you can realize all your dreams, all of your ideas, all of your potential in one place. You don't have to lose anywhere. And what we later did with all this kind of stuff, we took this refreshed video, we refreshed the logo, we took these ideas, and we did absolutely the wrap-up of the city. Because if you're seeking for the use, then you will have you will have a lot of festivals, you will have a lot of activities, you will have a lot of historical monuments that us to brand, and all of this has to work in one visual ecosystem, in one idea ecosystem is got it. And it must work as well with right stuff. This one video is how we created the unique type phrase for the city, and they are still working with this approach. It's looking very consistent. I even want to think about such small details as this kind of place with a nice with a streak. So your visual identity has to be very practical. For example, if you are not doing the grading for the project, how do you already know how this kind of plate will look like on your project? You have to think about. You have to have it prior before launch. With this kind of website, like City Hall website, which we did for them, they not the ideas, the city of ideas, which is, you see, it's very playful. It's very fresh. And what I see here in Dubai, actually, we did like in Dubai. The only place where we have this style of brands communication is Dubai Design District. They had a beautiful campaign a few years ago where they used the 3D animated, I would say, Mickey Mouse. I don't know how to name this kind of guys. A promo shoot comes us and readings. And that's it. And I think that this market is lower than big opportunity of talking to the modern young people in this style of visual communication. We have too much blood. We have too much of some exquisite pictures, exquisite statistics. We have to be more. I think that Dubai and practicing communication has to be more friendly. More people worry out because it will be good for the city. It will show that you will work on. And also it will be good for that sales project which will be working in this statistics. Again, I would like to repeat. If you are interested, you can scan in our this QR, send us some messages, and I will share with you all the materials and our unique methodology how we work with the breads. So for now, this is it. We have maybe around 10 minutes for a quick discussion. If you're having any kind of questions regarding me, please ask. Here is my personal Instagram. Here is the Instagram with our agency. We provide the full service, full circle services for branding, communication, social media, production, lead generation, to the kind of your project. But again, it's we don't get to it. This market is too linked to the lead generation. So the true marketing was way behind it. But all these things here were created with some kind of historical idea. Somebody had to think about it prior. Because every brand, it's like the universe, which works on his own rules. You cannot have Mickey Mouse and put it in those world in the Star Wars and say that he's a part of this universe and it's located very organic to again. No. Every company, every brand, every developer has to create in all the universe of creatives, of the list of visual approach. And later, you have to go and gravitate toward some business to gravitate. I would say from 90% of the market is not working like that. Everybody thinks, everything is selling, but we can't buy target. But it's just temporary. We are ready to us, we are very lucky to be here in this city, in this time frame. But the next guide is welcome. And all these child people think only about the generation, they will come on the market. And only the big brands which invest into some brand, to the power storytelling, and to the creation of perception. That will survive. Because the connection will come. if you're thinking long term, we have to think about what random the type of implementation, right? Like it takes us to like.
If you start well,
You mean, start.
extend the methods into both the spirit and I took me out.
Wait.
Welcome to the like these are it.
So what is that? Guys, can you please tell? Thank you so much. So what's the name?
So
Check out my children. Thank you so much. Thank you for the question. I will repeat. We have a question whether we have to now to invest into Instagram, social media communication, or we have to stick to that generation. Is it correct? The answer is we have to work together closest to yours. And you have to have the media, the content creation team, which will do the constant content creation for you with the central idea. Sticking to your differentiated considerable idea. And later, when you will have some kind of leads from your
absolutely.
from your consideration, you have to introduce words, links, disease, social media, awareness campaigns to your social media, and be sure that these leads they understand from your work perspective, from your social media materials, what you are about, what are the values, which kind of values for the right to your client. Actually, when you have lead generation campaigns, they are working together. So you have your social media, you have to use the digital instruments to reach your investors, reach your capital, for example, Google instruments. So usually when you have lead, he must already have the contact with your social media. So even before you have the first call, it's very nice to bring them to understand it. But if they don't, you can prepare some short example message. So, hello, we just had a call. Nice to meet you. Here is our social media, and I am talking about first of all the best projects. They are cases which are to your business case and something higher. So you have to integrate them, and you have to keep this communication working constantly. And the bad stuff is that nobody will do this kind of work instead of one. So being a medium, this is the only this is the only aspect. You have to do 360 now. That's it. It's a tough job. It's a tough job. Thank you so much. If you have any kind of questions, I'm still here because the guys were all the tooling me out of the stage. But it was a big pleasure. Right. Thank you so much.
Mr. That's not about the market. And there are some